What's up, Starcraft fans? You're watching a Critic. I am CTG, and I'll be doing a critique of Lilarin and Yuri Prime's run of Burning Legion in Custom. As you can see, Yuri Prime has played as Kerrigan and Lilarin has played as Raynor. So I wanted to do a video of each of these commanders on the brutal difficulty on Burning Legion, and turns out Yuri Prime and Lilarin both volunteered to do these respective commanders since they are both speedrunners of these commanders. So what I will do instead is provide a commentary on their replay and see how they did beat this on the brutal difficulty. Let's actually hide this. So, the mutators will be Scorched Earth, Avenger, and Void Rifts. Brutal difficulty. Let's put up the production tab. So this is Yuri Prime, who is playing as Kerrigan. Yay! And this is... Wait, let me... There we go. This is Lilarin, playing as Raynor. Yay!
Units from both of your armies must be
that fancy caster thing. Which I don't know why, but it looks cool. Anyway, so Lilarin has opted for a fast, just call him Lila, or Lila. Lila seems cool. So he's gone for a Barrack 16 supply. It seems like enough to get Marines to deal with the first Void Rift. And what happened to my user interface? Oh well, I don't really mind since it lets me see the bottom of this. Let's see what the enemy race is. Or actually, here Prime is counting up these. We have Protoss. They have Protoss rather as the enemy. That is awesome. Monk is greatest for now. Monk, of course, is the lord of the speedrunners. Before carriers. So, Lila will be working on these rocks for a few seconds, about half a minute. Of course, the difficult thing about Void Rift is that the very first Earths will be spawning at 2 minutes and 20 seconds, and that's often not enough for anything really. Especially if you're a commander who relies on a late spawning hero like Zagara or Kerrigan. However, the saving grace for Zagara and Kerrigan is that they can both get Zerglings out by the time these first Void Rifts, and you can see Raynor already has 4 Marines, and they'll be working on this very first Void Rift, and they'll deal with it, but turns out he will not be able to deal with this further one over here. Yeah, he can deal some damage to it, but... Okay, he's microing back, his fallen Marine. And you can see there's a little patch of fire here, so that is the effect of Scorched Earth. All enemy units leave a patch of fire when they die, and the stronger or the higher supply the enemy unit is in general, the bigger the trail of fire, and it also stacks when a bunch of small units die in the same area. You can see the Lilarin already has a bunker here, so he will intercept any attacks that come from this Void Rift for now. Your Prime is just getting out of his lair, and looks like Lila has started both command centers here on the high ground. He probably wants to get his economy out as soon as possible, which I think is a smart choice, especially since Raynor needs a lot of money to power his bio. I don't know if he will be going for Spider Mice as well, but bio is Raynor's main pushing strength. Okay, Kerrigan and Duskwings are both out now. Focus on Kerrigan's view. So we will just rush out to this Void Rift and we will take care of it. There we go. What? Alarak voice pack for Kerrigan? Alright. Looks like Kerrigan will deal with these rocks first, since rocks are clearly more important than Amon. Clearly. So Lila is just getting out another command center. So he has 3 building, or he had 3 building for a moment. He'll lift it up, this command center, before turning it into an orbital command, which is a bit questionable. But he is a speedrunner, so he probably knows what he's doing. Okay, so they choose not to cleave the lock for now. A, because Lila's Duskwings have expired, and B, Kerrigan, again, thinks rocks are more important, clearly. Chain reaction is done, which again, is one of the upgrades that Kerrigan's prioritized. If you're Kerrigan, you want to prioritize these 3 upgrades first from your evolution chamber. The Heroic Fortitude, the Chain Reaction, and of course this Fury, or Ability Efficiency. Okay, looks like Lila used Hyperion to clear out the dangerous units here, and Kerrigan cleared out the rest. And now he used the Hyperion to warp in here and clear out the rest of these guys. Of course, with these point defense drones, the Banshees or the Duskers will be able to do a lot of work. So already they've cleared out 3 bases, which is awesome. So Lila's working on combat shields and +1. Okay, it looks like he's working off a single engineering bay for now, and he's not bothering to break these rocks down. He's Yuri Prime, on the other hand, is getting a couple of Omega Orbs or Omega Networks. Maybe you should get 1 or 2 here as well, which personally what I would go for. So Kerrigan is on rift duty for now.
The lock has been activated. We must endeavor to keep
there are
it that
4 rifts.
The enemy is
Oh wait, it's not yet. Not yet for the 4 rift. Zod blocking the way. Where's Lila's army though?
The celestial lock is under Amon's control.
Let's return to Lila's view. Okay, kill Black Zealot. Alright, okay, he's working on another command center there. Ooh, bunch of drones. Confident. And stabilizer med packs for Lila.
Area secure. Let's keep it that way.
It seems Amon has gained control of the Zelnaga construct. This is sacrilege, commanders. Destroy it if you can.
Something might have been. Oh, there we go. There we go. I just misclicked. So Lila's on rift duty this time. He's gonna clear out that void rift and then go for the other one. As you can see, he just right-clicked on it. Oh, he just let his Banshees die there. Oh well. So on this side, Kerrigan's gonna be on rift duty, and as soon as she pops this void rift down, she hides in an Omega Worm, and that's pretty smart. If you want to deal with void rifts quickly and let your units escape, an Omega Worm is a great way to do that.
Our presence to claim the objective.
Which one?
The celestial lock will soon be under enemy control.
Worked. I have no idea what it means.
under attack. Your hive cluster is
Okay, he's getting an Ultralisk Cavern. Actually, I didn't actually see what the wave was. I don't know what enemy composition it is. Looks like a couple of roaches, or a roach and a marauder are attacking Kerrigan's hatchery. Yeah, I think that's a smart choice. Going for a bunch of static defense here is a good choice, since you don't want to keep coming back to your base to defend.
The simulation aura is now.
Okay, Kerrigan takes care of that one, and Lila's view. He's also taking care of void rifts. So my advice, if you're gonna go for this Burning Legion mutator, it's very important to go for these roots immediately. You want to kill them as soon as they spawn. If you're using these particular commanders, if you're Raynor or Kerrigan or Carax, you would have sniped down the Voiders as soon as they spawn. If you're going for someone like Snukov or Swan, you can eventually hold out, but it's also a good idea to kill the first few rifts with whatever means you can. I've learned that Phoenix has the means to deal with the first attack wave or the first void rift, and that's actually good for Phoenix. Oh, it's like Kerrigan is working on Ultralisk and Chitinous Plane, Burrow Charge. So that means, oh yeah, this is good. This is good. The enemy composition will be Dark Templar and Phoenixes, which means Ultralisk will actually be a good choice here. That is why he's going for that. Okay. Lila, stop dropping some more units here, which is fine. And you use the Hyperion. And as you can already see, this is getting pretty hectic. And you need to really watch the minimap over here in the lower left. You need to watch the minimap to see where the Voiders are spawning. And in about 30 seconds, another set of Voiders will spawn, so I can show you what exactly it looks like in case you haven't been watching it all this time.
Banshee airstrike ready for deployment.
Oh, he's making a bunch more Omegors. I think it's smart. Having a bunch more Omegors will allow your army to be really mobile. Let's see. Yuri Prime's view. Yeah, see? These icons on the map indicate that there's a Void Rift on these spawns. See there? Void Rift? Void Rift?
Is now ready.
And Void Rift. And you can see this one. Lila's right on top of it. If you want to beat Burning Legion, you have to deal with Void Rifts as soon as they spawn, or have a strong enough defense that the Void Rifts or the Void entities cannot penetrate into your base. Because once they start killing off your workers, it's the beginning of the end. It's the only way to go about it. You have to keep them from getting to your economy or overwhelming your base. Looks like he might be about to go push here.
Your Zerg have mutated some mind.
Looks like.
Mobilization wave is available, my queen.
It looks like Kerrigan is ready to attack here as well. Oh, that hybrid charging up his Kamehameha. Okay, this is a good unit composition. Ultralisk in front and Bio at the back, and you can see they're attacking both at the same time or at the same spot. Of course, Lila pulled back to deal with these the attack wave, and Kerrigan spawned a Megarum here, presumably to deal with this Void Rift. But are they looking? Well, Kerrigan is looking here. How about Raynor? Hey, he's looking at his base. Oh, he's hiding on more command centers. Interesting. Or more backs, rather. Interesting. Okay, so they're being careful right now. They can push, but they're being careful so as not to lose their whole army. And I say that Lila's having a bit of a tough time here right now. Oh, wait, this is Yuri Prime. Yeah, he's making a bunch of Ultralisk, and he seems to be a bit gas-starved. Lila's view. Yeah, of course he's not flowing that much minerals. Why would I think he's flowing that much minerals? His supply's not doing too well though. You can see clearly that he needs your primes or Kerrigan's also as a tank for his bio. Another one right in front. You can see again, yeah, same theme. As soon as the rift spawn, every 90 seconds a set of Void Rift spawns. You have to be on top of it, snipe these things. Yeah, see, Kerrigan is also active. That's basically the only way you can deal with it. And you might have noticed that I haven't actually talked a lot about Avenger. For those of you who don't know, Avenger is a buff to enemy units, wherein anytime an enemy unit dies, one unit around them will get a random buff, or a consistent buff, to attack speed, health, energy regen, armor, you name it. They'll get a buff to it. And you can see there's an indicator there of which is get Avenger. You can see by the size of the units, this Void Rift is massive compared to these other units here. And that tells you that this Void Rift has stacks of Avenger. You can see, yeah, it has Avenger. Increased life and attack speed. Let's see that. Weapon speed 0.5. This thing's still alive. Yeah, look at that armor. Plus 2.4. You see, even though they're not really increasing the supply, they're very active in dealing with these Void Rifts. And Lila's also, yeah, he's not seeing this Dark Templar here. He may not be seeing this, but which is understandable, of course, because he's currently busy trying to deal with everything. Let me actually zoom out of that. Yeah, he's trying to attack this base over here.
Our base is under attack.
Look at that class. It's massive because it's getting all of these Avenger buffs. Because so many are dying around it. So yeah, the difficult part of this mission, which again was released 70 weeks ago, about August of 2016. The reason it was so difficult before is because you needed to deal with the Void Rifts, and Void entities. Every single Void entity can provide and receive Avenger buffs to other Void entities as well. And that means if you don't deal with Void Rifts, the enemy will get more and more units to ram into your base, and the more of them that die in the same location, the more Avenger buffs they get.
The locks are halfway toward the point.
And even then, after you deal with it, all the ground where they're standing on, is going to be set on fire, which is pretty bad for commanders like Raynor and Zagara, who will end up walking all over the spot. It looks like Kerrigan stunned this area. Good job. A good job by Kerrigan.
Our allies are under attack.
Well, us just chasing these phoenixes.
Our base is under attack.
Let's switch back to Kerrigan's view. Looks like he's just massing ultralisks. Stubbornly not paying attention to the fact that they went to full clear. That would be interesting.
Capture celestial lock.
I mean, they could just end this game. They've already cleared out all the bases. Instead, they're gonna have to deal with these extra void rifts. Yeah, another void rift down. I mean, what are your ultras gonna do against those phoenixes?
Our allies' presence.
That logic.
The enemy has seized a celestial lock. We must take it back.
Oh, they've captured one. That is unfortunate.
Assimilation or
Looks like Lala's gonna be pushing into this base. And Yuri Prime, of course, not wanting to be left behind, also charges in. Oh, look at that! They all fly in. Flying ultras, what would be more scary?
Our allies are under attack.
Lala's gonna attack here to intercept this
Our allies are under attack.
enemy wave. And he has concave here. And even though, this is getting larger, it's got all these buffs. But it did end up falling. Oh, there's another.
Our allies' base is under attack.
Yeah, Yuri Prime's not seeing this Dark Templar. It's been hitting them both. It's been hitting them both for a while now, actually. And the sooner they realize it, the sooner.
wave is now available.
Okay.
Our foes shall become
Oh, I thought Kerrigan was going to use the mobilization wave. That's fine though. Okay, by now I can hear the Dark Templar. I can't see the Dark Templar, but I can hear it. Okay, they're going to activate this one. And they're going to try and push in this area again. And immobilization wave should be used soon. By soon I mean now.
5 locks are under our control. Only one remains.
Alright. Yuri Prime pushes in with his Ultralisks. Ultralisks versus carriers. Seems legit. Alright. Pushing in. You see the Stalker is larger than that carrier. That is of course the effect of Avenger. As you can see, they've been very much on top of their Voiders, but let me tell you, if you leave this Voiders for 2 minutes, it's gonna be all over your base. It's gonna be game over.
Your allies have entered combat without you.
So yeah, he needs to do pretty much this: hop into a rift, killed immediately, and move on to the next one. And all while that's happening, they're able to push to this base without even using control groups.
Required to claim the objective.
Yeah, this is a evolution chamber. This is Megor. This is Hive. And these are production structures, so no hotkeys for them, no control groups. They're both using F2. But again, if you don't need to use F2, then you don't need to use it. You can pretty much just use these Omegorns to move your army around without really caring too much. And of course, you can just box your Marines and Ultralisk. Box your Ultralisk. You can just box your Marines if you need to control precisely. You gotta take care of this bonus. Oh, lost a bunch of units there.
Amon has lost his
Yeah, he's down to 146 supply. Okay, there's gonna be another set of void rifts here, and so they need to deal with this.
The objective's down.
Are they gonna capture it? No. They're first gonna clear this wave. Yeah, Lila's gonna take care of this void rift, while you're probably gonna take care of the other one. Yeah, more enemies here. Yeah, it is actually hectic. It looks hectic because it is hectic. But as long as you're on top of everything and you don't lose too much, you're gonna be able to eventually beat this. But I do strongly recommend having a good ally before attempting this mutation. If they're gonna capture this lock. Ooh, a lot of fire here. Not sure if you want to engage with Ultralisk alone. It may not be the smartest idea. These units are Avenger. You can see it as 21 damage each. Okay, Lala's was able to beat this Void Rift here. That's the size of this disruptor. Scan. I mean, if you want to take out the Dark Templar, you can just use Psionic Shift.
Our base is under attack.
Okay, they're gonna continue pushing this base. You can see the size difference again of Void Race. That is the effect of having Avenger. And they're still going. They really want to full clear this. If I were in this game, I would probably have just ended it. I don't really go for full clears unless it's either gonna help me win the map faster, or if it's gonna well, if it's really if I can manage to full clear the map before the map ends organically, rather than you can see they can easily end the map, but they're choosing not to, and I think that's a synthetic way to do the full clear, which is not wrong. I mean, they're free to do what they want, but it's personally not what I would do, because I mean, why prolong the game when you can end it, right? Yeah, Laz just floating around 140 to 150 supply, killing these units, just replacing them, and Yuri Prime's just replacing the Ultralisks. So they've been pretty set from the early game what they want to do. They're just repeatedly doing it, and they've been on top of everything from start to finish. And that is how you beat a mutation like Burning Legion. You start out strong, repel the first board-ups, and continue to power up, and never let up on the macro. And Lila's gonna full clear the space, and what's here? Dark Templar probably, yeah, there's one. There we go. And Lala does get the full clear, and they imagine we're gonna go for the full clear now, or the win now, and there it is. There's the win.
Well, that did it. Excellent work all around.
Yep, excellent work by both of these guys. And I hope you enjoyed that. Thank you for watching. If you have an idea for what else to do, please leave that in a comment. No score screen, because this is a replay. See you.